So many questions, so many answers unknown. Like, why do you love me still? Why do you still call me your own? So now, y'all, I'm just over here, mind going 10,000 miles. Y'all, I just can't. So I don't really know what to do, y'all. I don't know what to do. Y'all, sorry if my TV is loud. So I guess what I can do is give y'all a little story time. Oh, there you go. It is right. I can give y'all a little story time. So this story time is about the time where, and this is probably a little trifling, the time where I had a STD for like over a year. So 2016, I was doing this like summer program, had sex with a dude during this summer program, right? The next year rolled along, and I had to end up going to the doctor for something. Now, mind you, I'm a minor. I think at that time I was 16. My parent was not taking me to like regular checkups. Woo. So, end up going to the doctor that next year for something. I don't know what it was. And they ended up asking me like, oh, have you been sexually active? And I was like, yeah, I was. I think around that time, because I ain't gonna lie, I think when I was 16, 17, I was being like a little thought pocket. I was all everywhere doing everything. But I think I had just recently gave somebody fellatio. So they was like, oh, are you sexually active? And I said, yes. And they was like, do you want to get tested? And I'm like, yeah. So they tested me. I think they called me back like a couple of days later. And they was like, oh, you tested positive for... I think they said chlamydia. I think it was chlamydia. So I'm just thinking and thinking and thinking. Mind y'all, I tested positive for it. You feel me? Back there, not right there. So I'm like, what? How is that even possible? To be honest, I don't even think I gave head to anybody around that time. I think I was thinking about doing it, but I didn't do it. Something was telling me nah. So I'm like, I'm trying to think. Like, I know I haven't had sex with anybody. So I'm like, the last time I had sex with somebody was during the summer program back in 2016. And I'm like, dang, that was almost a year and a half ago. And y'all, ever since that day, I made sure to like regularly get checked up. Like when I got raped back in June, although I was very scared and it took me a couple of months because I was talking to somebody around the time that had HIV. And they was like, I had told them about what happened. And they was like, oh yeah, you need to go get tested. You don't know if he have HIV or not. And I don't know, that just lingered in my mind, and I was just super scared. And I'm like, oh my God, I really don't want to get tested. I really don't want to get tested. But I ended up going a couple of months ago, and all my results came back negative, which I was shocked and happy about at the same time. Because I'm like, okay, whew. Thank you, Lord. But y'all, I really want to talk about something. And this is kind of weird. I know I might get backlash for it, but I do not use protection when I'm having sex. I don't know why. I do know why. I hate the feeling of condoms. Grown-up talk. This is grown-up talk. I hate that feeling, y'all. It's rubber. It's like I don't know. It's like, I don't know. It ain't the real thing. You can't feel the veins, and you can't feel that the blood is flowing to the penis. Like, I need to feel the real thing. I can't do no condoms. I can't. But y'all, I can't say that I don't just be out here having sex with any and everybody without condoms. I don't do that. I literally, like, in the last couple of years, I probably had sex. Well, the rape incidents, those have been happening. And that happens at least once a year. And that's pretty much the only time that I have sex, like, being really honest. Like, I'm not even lying. Yeah, I am talking to somebody, and I told him this. I was like, you know, if we have sex, we're gonna have to do it raw. And he was like, nah, hell nah, I ain't fucking you raw. And I'm like, y'all, sorry for all the vulgar language in this video. But he was like, nah, I ain't having sex with you raw. And I'm just like, well, I don't like condoms, so I don't know what you're gonna do. And he was like, well, still, I'm not going inside you raw. I don't know who you been with. And I'm like, I'm trying to tell him, like, I don't be with nobody. Like, you might be thinking that that's cap or whatever, but being honest, I don't be with nobody. And if I am with somebody, I'm going to tell you. And even if I do be with somebody, I'm not one of those type of people that's going to run to the next person without checking my status. Even if I do be with somebody that intimate, where anal is involved, where they're penetrating me, I'm definitely gonna get tested before I have sex with somebody else. And I even told him that, I'm like, I haven't had sex with anybody since last year. And when I didn't go into details that was a whole rape situation, but I'm like, I got tested after that, and my results came back negative. So I'm good. And I was being honest with him, like, a couple of weeks ago, I did give somebody head. Yeah, I'm gonna be real transparent. Yeah, I did go to the doctor earlier. I know y'all saw that vlog. And if you didn't see that vlog, you need to go see it. But it was one thing I was supposed to bring up to the doctor, which was to get like a oral swab, because most people don't know, and this is what I was telling him too, is that dudes be like, oh nah, I'm gonna fuck you with a condom, but they be okay with getting head without a condom on. And it's like, you want to get head raw, but you want to put on a condom when you going inside? That don't make no sense, because you can still get an STD from getting raw head without a condom. So that's what I told him, and he was like, true. Because I'm like, do you have sex with everybody with a condom on then? And he was like, oh, but that's different. And I'm like, no, you can still get an STD. And that's when he was like, true, you right. And then here he come talking about, if your head good, then I'll fuck you raw. And I'm just like, whatever. But I'm actually finna look up the symptoms. Y'all, I have my laptop in front of me. Of like oral STDs. Just to see if I have any of the symptoms. So it says sores in the mouth, which may cause pain, lesions, sore throat, and difficult swallowing. No redness with spots. Strep throat, no. Yeah, I don't have any of those. Any of those. But I'm looking. It said if I had any general, so it's been exactly 2 weeks, or maybe like 13 days. So it say that I can still get gonorrhea, cause that's one of 28 days. There is an urgent care, but honestly, I don't feel any of the symptoms. And the symptoms would definitely appear if I had it. So, I don't think I got it. Which is good. I'm not tripping over. That means that the dude I did give fellatio to, that he need on top of his P's and Q's. Low-key, y'all, I must have did my thing, cause dude be constantly hitting me up. Like, we linked a couple of weeks ago. Probably from that time until now, he's hit me up maybe like 4 or 5 times. So I guess I did my thing. But anyway, I'm gonna let y'all go. I'm gonna post this. I'm a little scared to post this because I feel like people gonna be like, oh, you dirty, you nasty. But that was back in the day. That was in my younger days. And like, really, it was on my guardian to take care of me at 16. Cause come on now, who's sitting up here at 16 making their own doctor's appointments? That's on your parent. They just tell you to be focused on school. Like, come on. So, ain't really no sweat on that. At least I've adult and I'm taking care of myself now. But no lie, y'all, if I did feel any of these symptoms, I would have most definitely went to the doctor. It is not difficult for me to swallow. I haven't had a sore throat. Yeah. I believe I've been good. But honestly, stuff do weigh on me. So, to be really real with y'all, I might not even give head until I've gotten checked out. Yeah. Also, y'all, I'm gonna try to tell this in like 5 minutes. So there was a time where I did have something. Found out I did have like a STD from giving oral. And like, I was talking to the dude at the time, and I had his number. Once I went to the doctor, got tested, because I'm like, okay, let me get tested so I won't have an incident like last time with it being for like a year or whatever. So I think like a couple of days after I gave him fellatio, I had a doctor's appointment. So they was like, oh, are you currently sexually active? And I was like, yes. And I had let the lady know, I'm like, I ain't get penetrated. I only gave head. Not I only got head, because I don't do that. So she was like, okay, that's fine. We don't have to give you an anal one, but we can just give you an oral one. I'm like, okay, cool. Did it. Woo, swat my mouth. Waited a couple of days. I think that was a weekend, so I got my results that Wednesday, and they was like, yeah, you tested positive for It was one of the STDs. I can't remember what it was. But she was like, oh, but don't worry, it's treatable. She put me on some medication, woo woo. And she was like, you have to wait, like, she was basically telling me like I have to wait a month before I did anything else with anybody so I can heal properly. So I'm not gonna say who I was in a predicament to give a head to. And I was a little nervous. Mind you, I waited the days, I waited the amount of time and more that the doctor told me to. But I was like, ooh, I'm a little nervous because do want a head or whatever. And it had been some time. I really can't drop names. I will drop names. Cause you feel me, I ain't scared. But y'all, I don't know John. But and the person is dead, so I'ma just sip my water. That part. But yeah, so I ended up giving him head. And y'all, I was so scared after I gave him head because I'm like, oh my God, he gonna be blowing my phone up saying that I gave him something. What if I'm not healed? What if I still got it? Da da da. So after me and him, you feel me, did what we did, I made sure to get tested again just to make sure it was completely out of my system and I was healed from it and I wasn't passing stuff along like some of these other dirty people out here. And I got tested and it came back negative and I was like, oh, thank you, Jesus. And I actually had to go get tested because I found out that he had been around with a whole bunch of people, but I'm going to keep my mouth closed because if I talk too much on it, I'm going to drop a name. So let me end this right here and go ahead and post this. Yes, I am in the same shirt as yesterday. I slept in it. I ain't took no shower yet. Mind your business. I'm just playing. But y'all, that's it. That was my 2 STD incidents, story time. Yeah. Whatever y'all gotta say is whatever y'all gotta say, and I'm gonna leave it at that. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And make sure that you stay tuned for more videos to come, more music to come. The purpose of this video is to encourage everybody to always take care of yourself. That's important. That is very, very important. Like, yes, curable, but make sure you're taking care of yourself and not passing it along. Like, if you got it, please make sure you go get tested regularly too, so you can keep up with your status. Because some people don't know their status because they don't go get tested. Make sure you go get tested so you can know where you at. Okay? That is very, very important. One thing I hate is doing something with somebody that gives me an STD. Like, STD, STI, baby. I know it's curable, but that's still disgusting, bro. Like, that means you ain't taking care of yourself how you need to be taking care of yourself. Especially for it to be a lot of people out here trying to have sex raw because they don't like condoms. And at least I am like that. I can't admit it, but I take care of myself, baby. So make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you go ahead and get tested at your nearest clinic. ASAP. Bye, y'all.